How to use and set up Zoho Analytics. Hey everyone and welcome, I hope you're all doing great. In this video I'll be talking about how to get started using Zoho Analytics, how to use it, what you can use it for, and everything that you need to know if you are just getting started. Now this is not going to go in depth because Zoho is going to have a lot of tools that I'm not really going to go into much detail, obviously, because this is just going to scratch the surface on getting you started. So basically, Zoho, or we can just say Zoho Analytics, is pretty much a platform that is allowing you to create your very own dashboards and analytics, and you can also share them at the end. Meaning, you can go ahead and get some information from a file that you have from Excel files, or maybe from other services like Google Analytics, or whichever type of source that is going to have some sort of data, whether it's going to be for sales or anything else really. And then afterwards, after you have this set of data, you can go ahead and create a dashboard, which is just going to really appeal to you and have exactly what you have in mind shown in front of you. So it's going to be a very good platform to visualize everything that is happening within a set of data. So we can just go ahead, go to zoho.com /analytics, and here basically it's going to be this page, which is the home page. You can read more about what it's going to provide for you. Like here, for example, is going to take you through the steps where you'll be able to just connect your data, prepare, and then analyze, and then visualize, and you can just go ahead and collaborate with other people as well. Now, I need to note before we get started, one more thing is that Zoho is not a free platform. If we go to the pricing, we can see that it is not a free platform. Let me just switch to US dollar. Okay, so it does have a lot of plans to choose from. It really depends on how many users you want to add and how many rows you actually need. So those are the plans that are available. But you can actually go ahead and try it for free. Test things out whether you like it or not. And if you are not happy with it, you can just go ahead and, skip it. And if you really like it, you can feel free to upgrade. So what we are going to be doing today is starting and show you how to start actually. So just go ahead and to the home page, and enter your email and password, and just click on sign up for free. You will need to read the terms of service and privacy policy and agree to them, or you can just continue with Google or LinkedIn. Once you sign up, they're going to ask you a little bit more information about yourself, like organization name, contact number, your role, which is going to have all of these options. And if you don't see your option, just click on other, and it's going to also allow you to add that. And once you're happy with it, just click on next, and here it's just going to show us some steps that we actually need to do. And it's actually as simple as this. As you can see, you will need to only import data, and then you will be able to create your dashboard, and then you can just go ahead and share your reports. It's as simple as that. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on get started. So if you are just getting started, it's going to redirect you automatically to the import your data section, which is going to obviously allow you to import your data from different sources. And you also have your dashboard on the top right, where you can have more access to Zoho apps. You can have access to more options about yourself, theme of the actual thing. And we can just go for this one. Okay, so enough of this. Anyways, so basically, the first step is, like we said, is importing data. So you have all of these options. We can import from files. So that could be Excel, CSV, and so on. We can upload from URLs, cloud storage if that's possible, Google Analytics, Google Ads, Facebook Ads. You can see all of those services. You can go ahead and actually use them and add data from them. So there's just plenty that you can actually choose from. And we can also create a blank workspace and add the data ourselves manually, which is also very great. But most of the time, the service that you are using is going to also show in here, so you will find it easily. So import data. I just downloaded a file, which is going to be a sample sales file that I just downloaded. I'm just going to upload it, and hopefully it's actually good enough for this, because I didn't even view it, unfortunately. But here, once we import data, they're going to ask us to create a workspace. So I'm just going to go ahead and name it test workspace. Sorry, workspace. And then we would want to give it a description. I'm just going to leave it be. It's just going to help you find it better. And this, description is just going to describe exactly what this workspace is for. File type, you would want to go ahead and choose the proper one. Obviously, if you want to import from a different service, it's going to look a little different, but because it's a file, this is what we have. Data location, local drive, and then I'm just going to go ahead and choose it real quick. It's in desktop, I believe. And then we have more stuff here, which is all good. So this is pretty much all we need to do. Once this is done, we can just click on next. It's going to take a little bit of time to load. And it's just going to show us a preview of the data. So it's going to show us exactly what was in the actual Excel file. Like I said, this is a sample. So this is the information within the actual sample. You can scroll down, view the entire thing. And we can also go left to right and view it by holding shift. So if you're happy with it, it's exactly what you want. Click on next. And it's going to take us to the next step. Here we would want to go ahead and add table name. First row contains column name, yes or no. So I'm just going to leave it as yes. Because, as you can see, they do contain the actual names. Table name, I'm just going to leave it as is. Format date, if you want to change the format of the date, you can feel free to do so from here, but I'm just going to again leave it as it is. Or actually, hold on. Okay, so I actually just set it as this format. I prefer the AM PM better. And then we have more settings here as well. You can have a 1000 separator, which can be helpful. And more stuff here as well. It really is going to depend on you and what you want with it. So I'm just going to click on create after you're obviously happy with the entire view. And then we have created our data, basically. We have imported our data. Here is going to show us some information about our data sets. And we can just close out of here. And it's going to again redirect us to the workspace now. So as you can see on the top left, let me just go ahead and click on no. It does have auto generate, but if you go to the top left, you can see that we have our test workspace that we are working on. So this is going to be this entire section here. The entire dashboard on the left side is going to really work for this specific workspace. And also here we have the table name, which is going to show, which is the orders table that we have just created. If you have multiple, you can just also filter between them, which is great. So here we have our table. We have the Explorer. We have dashboards, which we can create, and most of the time is going to be, creating dashboards and seeing them for ourselves. We have reports, which we also can create data. Ask Zia, which I believe is going to be AI. So I'm just going to skip it for the time being. Data sources, which is the one that we have, which is the table orders. And if you want to add more data sources, we can also feel free to do so. And then more stuff here as well. So let's just go ahead and talk about it from the top. Actually, just one more thing I would like to do is turn on dark mode. So for the Explorer, it's basically going to be the files location for everything. So it's just going to show us pretty much all the files or tables that are available, dashboards, everything is going to show in here. You can also filter between stuff, so you can just sort the way you like and so on. So it's just going to be your view for all the files that you have within this workspace. And then we have dashboards here, and you can just go ahead and click on create new dashboard. And from here, we will be able to just create our dashboard like so. So basically, what really makes Zoho special is that it is a drag and drop. Yes, it is a drag and drop, meaning you would want to go ahead and drag and drop a specific thing and you will have it in here. Now, usually what you would have is a set of elements that you want to drag and drop in a specific way, and you can just go ahead and create multiple. So for example, let's say we want to have multiple different tables in one simple workspace. We would want to obviously import the or create another table with different sets of data, and we can just feel free to drag and drop both of them over here. And this is pretty much what we can do with the dashboard, but we can just get back to this later. Now, here's the thing. If we want to create a new report, now this is going to show us exactly what we want to have as a view, and then we can add it to the dashboard. So I hope you understand exactly what I mean. So you would want to create a report in a specific view, chart view or pivot view, and then we can also add it in here, and it's going to be shown within the drag and drop section. So I'm just going to skip the dashboard for the time being. I'm just going to exit out of here, and I'm going to just, sorry, we can just go ahead and get started with creating a new report. Click on create new report, and then we can let's just do the chart view, for example, and then we can just skip this. And now here's the thing. Here's the drag and drop. This entire thing is going to be from the data set that we have. So we can just go ahead and add, for example, the order ID in the x-axis. We can add the order date on the color, and then we have, you know, exactly what you want. I'm not really familiar with this data set, so I'm just going to really mess with it quite a lot. I'm just going to drag and drop a lot of them in random places. Do I really want to add more? I'm just going to stick with this and click on generate. And it's just going to generate it for us. And it's really messy for the time being because, you know, those are not really going to work. And there's a lot of data basically. But let's say we are happy with it and we are content with it. Also, I believe you do have different views here. Also, within each section here, we can have individual settings here. So for example, actual values or percent of total and so on. It's going to be included for the rest of them as well. So it's all going to show and we can also delete them. For example, this one, we can just go ahead and remove and click on generate graph. Yeah, we need something else. So let me just add customer ID as color, for example, which is not really going to work, but this is what we have. So I'm just going to work with that. And after you set up everything, we can just click on view mode, and this is going to allow us to see it without editing. If we're happy with it, we would want to give it a name, so we can just go ahead and do graph 1, click on that, click on save, and okay. And now we have this saved. And this is pretty much how to create your reports. Obviously, it's not going to look as bad as this with your own sets of data, and you know exactly what you are going to be doing and where you would want to put it. So it's really going to look nice and clean for you. It's not going to really be as messy as this. So next. Okay, we have data. Here you can obviously create more tables with the same data or the other, or, you know, importing different types of data, and you can just have them in here. And after you're done with all of this, you can just go ahead and create your dashboards nice and clean. Now, like I said, this is not an in-depth tutorial for Zoho. This is just going to scratch the surface. So hopefully it was good enough for you to get started, and you know, just go ahead, test it out for yourself, see if it is going to really work for you well or not. And yeah, this is all I have for you today in this video. I hope you liked it, and thanks for watching.